There's a famous saying that why believe the truth when the lie is more entertaining? I'll explain what I mean. Stick around. Hey, what's up, Crypto Land? I'm Black Crypto, here to bring you another cryptocurrency video. And today we're going to be talking about my state of mind. What's been happening with me in terms of mining Bitcoin, what's been happening in the market, and how you can start looking at the future of cryptocurrency, not based off of lies or what we know as FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's what we're going to be talking about here in this video. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, make sure you hit that subscribe, make sure you hit that bell, so you not only know about that in this video, but you can also be notified whenever I release any new videos in the future. So if you've been following me here on my channel, you know that I started off as a Bitcoin miner and showing videos and tutorials on how you can also become a Bitcoin miner. Now, the landscape of mining and Bitcoin itself has really changed over the number of years. And one of those ways that it has changed is the way that mining works. Now, in terms of mining, that's a way to validate blocks and transactions for Bitcoin. And that has simply been something that has been changing over the number of years as more companies have been getting involved, more governments have been getting involved in mining Bitcoin. And one of the ways that it has changed is by that same consensus algorithm, which is known as proof of work, has been changed with other different coins. One of those other consensus algorithms is known as proof of stake. Now, when it comes to proof of stake versus proof of work when you're talking about Bitcoin is by using, for instance, your computer or a specialized computer to mine Bitcoin. And the more computers you have, the more that you can pretty much mine or validate these transactions for Bitcoin. Now, with that, it opens itself up to, vulnerabilities where some people can try to own more of that power and try to take over the network. So one of the ways that other coins said, hey, let's try to combat this is by introducing a new consensus algorithm, which is known as proof of stake. Now, how does this work? This doesn't work in terms of having your computer and mining Bitcoin, but instead of that, it's actually holding enough coins in a wallet for a long period of time. And by doing that, you're allowing yourself to validate these blocks. Now, that's one of the things that I want to talk about today because it's pretty much changed the way that I've started working with cryptocurrency. I do not no longer mine Bitcoin. I actually have a video of that where I talked about me not mining Bitcoin anymore. And I started to look into other different cryptocurrencies, not because of the investment potential, but because of the technology behind all of these different cryptocurrencies. And that's one of the things that I think that everybody should focus on. And that's where I'm talking about in terms of the state of mind right now, because we have what's known as FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that's where people try to follow the market and they try to base their trades or investments based on that versus really looking down into the technology behind these cryptocurrencies, looking at the company behind these cryptocurrencies and trying to make an educated, decision based on that. So with this fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which is called FUD, it makes a lot of people jump into cryptocurrency when they really shouldn't. Or it makes people not only jump into cryptocurrency when they shouldn't, but make them sell off their cryptocurrency when they really should be holding it for a longer period of time. One of these things it mentioned is, for instance, when Bitcoin went all the way up to $17,000 to $20,000, and there was just so much in the market, people just talking about it in the news, and people started to get scared, and they started to get hype about it and buy it, and then next when the price started to go and shooting right down, people started selling when they maybe should have been holding that off for a longer period of time. And with that, I say that that's because of the lack of research that people put into finding out about these cryptocurrencies. Me, on the other hand, I'm a person that I do not invest in cryptocurrency, but I invest in the technology behind these cryptocurrencies. And that's one of the reasons why I got into cryptocurrency as a whole. When I started to look at Bitcoin, I didn't look at it because the price of Bitcoin. I read the white paper, I read the everything that had to do with the technology behind Bitcoin, and that's what made me fall in love with Bitcoin. something that is just radically different, that you can control your own money by, not giving it away to the banks, for instance. And when you give it away to the banks, that it's no longer your money. Come on, guys, it's no longer your money. They can do whatever they want with your money. But having control of your own money was something that really sparked my interest. Not only that, the technology behind it and the technology behind blockchain and how it can be very beneficial in the future. So I constantly have people coming up to me and asking me, hey, listen, is it too late to jump into Bitcoin? Absolutely not. It's not too late to jump into Bitcoin. It's not too late to jump into any of the cryptocurrencies that you may believe in, because why? We need individuals like you to jump into cryptocurrency. The more people that get involved with cryptocurrency, the more people that get involved with Bitcoin, the stronger the network becomes, right? So one of the things that I always tell people is that stop looking at the price of Bitcoin. Eventually it will go up because it's simple math. If you think about it, there's only a finite amount of coins that would ever exist, and the more money that is put into those particular coins, the value should rise. Even so, if it does not go up in price and it just goes down in price, because you believe in the technology, you can feel very good that you are a person that helped push this technology forward, because without a doubt, the technology behind Bitcoin is going to revolutionize so many different industries in the future. So if it's too late, is it too late to invest in Bitcoin or to get Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies? No. One of the things I tell people is to go to the coin market cap and to look at the top 20 coins, the top 50 coins, the top 100 coins, and look at those coins, do the research behind those particular coins, look at the history of those particular coins. For instance, if a coin just jumps on a list, for instance, and it's only been active for 3 weeks, you might not want to just jump and dive into that particular coin, but look at the history of these coins. See how long they have been in existence. Look at the team or the company behind those particular coins so you can make an educated guess in terms of whether that's a cryptocurrency that you want to get. So that's what I started to do in terms of, since I cannot mine Bitcoin anymore, especially at home, it just got way too expensive. I'm not able to buy that many more machines because I won't be able to manage that power inside of a home. This is the reason why you have a lot of large corporations and governments investing in mining Bitcoin, because they have the money or the power, the facilities and energy to support mining Bitcoin. So for individuals like me, in terms of home miners, one of the things that we're now looking at is simply going to proof of stake coins and being able to hold those particular coins by doing the same thing as mining, but at the same time also receiving rewards or kickbacks, dividends, anything that you want to compare that to by validating those particular blocks. And that's how we increase our coin count. One of the reasons why miners do this is so we can put new coins into the market. When it came to Bitcoin, whenever I mine Bitcoin and I receive that block reward, I then go ahead and put that same coins that I receive on an exchange and sell it. And that's how those coins get on the market, from creation to being sold and you investing and receiving those coins yourself. When it comes to staking, it's the exact same thing. As soon as I have a proof of stake wallet and I start receiving these coins, one of the things that I can do is I can also take those particular coins, put them on the open market and go ahead and sell them. So is it too late? Absolutely not. You should start looking into it right now and getting involved, not only in the technology, but getting involved in cryptocurrency itself. So when it comes to this proof of stake, this is something that I've been taking a very close look at. And I started doing proof of stake in terms of holding coins and investing in other different cryptocurrencies for a while now. And I can say that it is very, very useful in terms of validating transactions, but at the same time, receiving block rewards. When it comes to Bitcoin, when you're a Bitcoin miner, as you mine those particular blocks, you're rewarded with a little bit of Bitcoin. Right now it's about 12.5, and then in 2020 that will be cut in half. Now that's one of the things that make a lot of miners gravitate to mining Bitcoin. Now when it comes to proof of stake, for instance, if I hold one coin, I can hold that in my wallet, but do not move it, do not spend it, and keep it in my wallet. And that way, that validates the transactions because it uses my wallet, because my wallet has been up and running for so long that the network can trust my wallet. So by doing that, the more coins that you have, the stronger the network would be by you holding a lot of coins and you also receiving rewards based off of that. So this is a very good way to mine other different coins or stake other different coins. Now, there's a lot of different coins out there that use this proof of stake algorithm, which is, for instance, Pivx, Redcoin, Neo, and one that I'm very much interested in right now that I also am holding and staking right now, which is known as Tezos. For instance, instead of using the word staking, they use the word baking. And instead of in terms of you staking or being a miner, it's called being a witness. So this is a very good coin that I think you should definitely look into. Look into the technology behind Tezos. It's doing very well in the market because as Bitcoin is going down in price right now, Tezos is continually going up. How long will it go up? We do not know. But the protocol that they use in terms of their consensus, in terms of their on-chain governance, is very, very interesting in terms of the whole industry as a whole. For somebody like me that's interested in the technology behind these cryptocurrencies, that's very important because that will determine if these particular coins have any kind of future on their own or if Bitcoin itself may adopt these principles from these other coins. Now, one of the other coins that are proof of work is Ethereum. And with Ethereum, we all know that Ethereum is pretty much second in command when it comes to Bitcoin and is very good. But one of the things that Ethereum is thinking about right now is switching from proof of work to proof of stake. And by doing that, it can make the network a lot stronger because it won't have to worry about so many different attackers going after the network, just based off their principles versus proof of work versus proof of stake. For instance, with proof of work, even since in theory, it only would take pretty much 51% of the network, of somebody holding 51% of the network hashing power to take control of the actual network for Bitcoin or for any other proof of work algorithm based cryptocurrency. So when it comes to proof of stake, by somebody holding a lot of coins, they can't necessarily take over the network, but they have a very good way of validating the network. And because of the protocol and because of utilizing everyone in the network that holding these particular coins, it gives a benefit or it gives additional security for those particular coins using that kind of proof of stake algorithm. And this is one of the reasons why I hold several different coins, like I said, in terms of proof of stake. And I'm testing this out now in terms of staking coins, right? Now, another way to look at staking coins is another way of receiving, for instance, dividends. For instance, when you buy a stock, for instance, a dividend stock, and you just hold it, when the company does very well, they give you a dividend. So it's almost like you're getting interest, for instance, or some type of savings, for instance, on your money, right? So by doing that, this is a great way to build, your money or to build your cryptocurrency without going out there and actually buying more of that particular cryptocurrency. For instance, when it comes to Bitcoin, if I didn't want to buy Bitcoin, this is why I invested in hardware to mine Bitcoin and continually receive Bitcoin month by month, day by day, as I continue to mine Bitcoin. By doing this in terms of staking, it's pretty much the same principle, but just underneath the hood is a little bit different. We're still in the infancy stage of Bitcoin, the infancy stage of cryptocurrency as a whole. One of the ways that you look at this, and I also made another video in comparison to this, is that we have, for instance, a new technology that's coming out to support Bitcoin, which is known as the Lightning Network. And this is a way to make micropayments happen when it comes to Bitcoin very cheap and very fast. Now, how do I compare this? This is compared to the older days of the internet. Once again, I have always said that we need to look at cryptocurrency just like the beginning days of the internet. It was very slow and sluggish, and you couldn't really do that much. I remember when you didn't even have e-commerce really on the internet, and then next thing you had e-commerce, and you can start using credit cards, and everybody feared using their credit cards online for good reasons. But as time continued to go forward, it got better and better and better. So for one of these ways to look at it is, for instance, we had HTTP, right? The Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which allowed you to view and allow you to access websites. But because of that, it made a lot of things in terms of the internet slow and heavy, because a lot of people wanted to access files, for instance, directly of their website. So another protocol that was introduced is known as the FTP, which is a file transfer protocol. And by doing that, you separated those layers where one lane can just view the websites and another lane can go ahead and access the files behind a website. And those work then in parallel and still keeping the network secure, still keeping the network fast in terms of the internet. We have to look at that as today when it comes to Bitcoin, for instance. So there are a lot of new protocols that will be coming out to help Bitcoin, which will make Bitcoin a lot more ubiquitous, make it a lot faster, and a lot more secure as time continues to go forward. And one of those protocols, like I said, is known as the Lightning Network. One of the companies that came out in terms of Bitfinex, they started to introduce these in terms of these Lightning protocol in their system, and that started to now bring Lightning a little bit more to the forefront. You're going to hear a lot more about this in the years to come, as well as other protocols that's going to be coming out to help the Bitcoin network or help the cryptocurrency market as a whole. So a lot of these other, for instance, coins that come out, for instance, like the Tezos and that I'm staking right now, they have a lot of different protocols that make sense, right? There are a lot of people that say, hey, listen, we don't like what happened with Bitcoin, or we think that Bitcoin should include this particular protocol to make it better. So they created their own coin, introduced those protocols within their coin, and now testing the market. And this is the reason why a lot of those particular cryptocurrencies are doing very well. And who knows in the future, like I said, if those protocols will be introduced to Bitcoin, or a lot of these particular coins will be used as a side chain or a side protocol to Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies out there. We really do not know, because it's very new. It's very young in terms of these cryptocurrencies and what's happening. But I can say for sure that as time goes on, we're going to be very, very, very happy the way that cryptocurrency progresses. Not only cryptocurrency, but like I said, the technology behind cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is only a byproduct of the technology. Bitcoin is only a byproduct of the technology blockchain. That blockchain can be used for so many different reasons in terms of boosting different industries, in terms of the way that they're being done in the past. And this is what you need to start focusing on as you move forward and as you start researching more about cryptocurrency. Right now, our state of mind in terms of mining Bitcoin really isn't the same as it used to be back in the day. Like I said, I had to shut down my mining operation here at home and had to start looking into new ways of supporting the technology behind Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And like I said, that is going to proof of stake. And that's what I do. That's my way of mining right now. Like I said, for other cryptocurrencies, they might name it something differently. But this is something that you should maybe look into as well. Start looking into how to invest in it, but how to invest in the technology itself, and the rewards would be there regardless for you. This is one of the reasons why I'm supported every single month, because I'm able to receive cryptocurrency payments or cryptocurrency rewards every single month or every single day, depending on the different cryptocurrencies that I particularly hold. So this is something that you can also do. This is my state of mind right now in terms of my mining operation. So let me know in the comments below, what is your state of mind? Are you still working with proof of work coins? Are you starting to look at proof of stake coins and starting to hold those? Let me know. So when you start thinking about how to invest in cryptocurrency, take this as a way to research behind the technology behind cryptocurrencies, rather than just saying, hey, I just want to spend my dollar and then buy some coins and who knows what's going to happen, right? Try to look at the technology behind it. Try to make an educated guess on why that cryptocurrency even exists, the protocols behind it, and try to use that to your advantage. Guys, I'm Black Crypto. Thank you for checking out another cryptocurrency video. I really appreciate you checking out my channel. Make sure you subscribe once again. Hit that bell so you can be notified whenever I release any new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.